That's the one game I wanted to see.
So you'll follow, you'll watch the league to the end, follow the rest of it?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't mind going to Ottawa for that weekend for the Grey Cup. It looks like it'll be a pretty good town to have it in. May watch it on TV though if it gets real cold.
How would you?
It does get cold.
How would you handicap with the teams that are left?
I think Saskatchewan looks to be playing the best right now to me. I think health-wise, the other teams have some issues. Edmonton's getting better, back to full strength too. So I kind of think those two are probably the ones. The one thing about Ottawa, I've seen it a million times. They've had so many emotional, last-minute wins that they have something that chemistry that can win too, so they can beat anybody.
What do you tell the team? Did you meet with the entire team?
Yeah, we did, the whole team. Just talked to them. They all have my cell phone number and told them to call and, told them to be safe and, get after it, work out and get better.
No overarching message, no,
just that I enjoyed the time here and hopefully it'll continue.
Say hopefully it'll continue. If that talk with Scott Mitchell doesn't come to fruition that you're back, would you still be interested in coming back to the CFL with a different organization?
No. If I go to another organization, it'd be here. Yeah. I don't have any. I'm not. I really enjoyed the time. The front office has been fantastic. They've done a great job signing the right kind of kids, which you have to be able to do, and they've done that.
But you want to continue coaching, right? If there was opportunities in the NCAA, I mean, I think this performance.
Yeah, I think that there always, as I've said, whenever you have success, there's always opportunities. I just need to make sure that that's what I want to do. Or play golf at Wildlife. Not a bad option.
No.
What does it take to decompress after a season? What's your typical postseason kind of wind down?
Well, I'm going to take just a couple weeks and just get away from it. I'm going to have a long conversation before I leave on Tuesday with everybody here, and then just get away from it for a couple weeks and sit back and don't make an emotional decision. Make it the right decision.
You'll be home for your Thanksgiving. I know that you have traded that for the Grey Cup weekend.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, it's a good time to spend some time with family and think.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go to Portland, see everybody. My whole family's there, and then.
Oregon or Maine?
Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, and then head to Hawaii after that.
Have you enjoyed this experience
overall?
Yeah,
it's been awesome. It's been very unique too. It confirms validity to the things that I have always believed in, that wins. And even though we were just 6-4, I mean, we had a chance to be 10-0. And it says a lot about the things that I believed in the chemistry building, in the team building, the concepts. And I think they work in corporate America. I think they work in corporate Canada. I think they work everywhere. For high school, for college, and professionally.
When you got here, because you weren't hired as a head coach at first, they were on that West Coast swing, if I remember correctly, going through the hell. When you're standing there and just watching practice that Kent and everybody else was running, like, did you see something like all of a sudden, okay, this isn't as bad as it looks? Like when you were watching them practice?
No, they looked as bad as they looked.
Okay.
I mean, I saw speed.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that we could run, both in the secondary and at the wide receiver spot. So if you have the ability to do that, then you got a chance to cover people and to get open. And so, it didn't take long to, identify those people, and Speedy obviously was one of them.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, all of a sudden you made the biggest kick return in the league. All of a sudden, a threat as a wide receiver. I mean, I don't think there's been a wide receiver that small since pinball.
Well, I'm amazed. Even if you really look closely, you remember the one Jeremiah flipped to him last night? I mean, the fact that he scored on that play is kind of unbelievable. if you watch it closely, they had him dead to right. I mean, but he's got something about him. I mean, there's something about him that makes him special.
Well, you've been a quarterback. I mean, that play that Jeremiah ran for the touchdown last night, by rights, somebody should have got him. I mean, a quarterback shouldn't have that much free space like the run. I mean, that's...
Well, I looked at it on film, and he did a good job. I mean, he read his key and pulled it, and he's got some athleticism. He said he was looking at the scoreboard running, and he was getting ready to slide if anybody was getting close. So.
The players have talked about the changing culture. You've talked about the changing culture and how significant that's been. The sort of elephant in the room is that the guy responsible for the culture is still within the organization, and is in fact the vice president of football operations. Is there a certain degree of awkwardness there? Does that make it challenging?
It hasn't been for me, no. I mean, I'm, you know, I don't have issues with anybody. I know how I can get things done, and I do. And I'm honest and straight shooter, and that works.
I just wanted to expand on what Frank had asked there. So you saw speed as a positive. What did you see that made you go, oh my gosh, we got to fix that?
Well, the offensive line. I've just been a firm believer that you're never going to be a good football team if you can't protect the quarterback and run the ball. And, you know, I talk passing all the time, been one of the top passing teams forever, for 40 years, wherever we've been. But the key is that group of guys. And I think the real big thing was switching Tony to left tackle, back to left tackle, made it, he was way more comfortable. He played left his whole career, which I didn't know. And then the right tackle came in, Riker, and really did a nice job too. We had the interior guys, you know, who really played very, very well. The left guard, I think Rev is going to be a big-time player up here for a long time.
Jeremiah said yesterday he'd be more inclined to come back to Hamilton as a free agent if you were here. What does that mean to you as a coach?
Well, I feel like I get attached to players, and obviously 10 straight weeks or more than that, actually counting that too. You know, we've connected. I have a love for the Polynesian people. He's Samoan, and that played into our getting along with each other too, because we know a lot of the same people, talk a lot about a lot of the same things, and so that was refreshing for me too.
When you look back on this season 5 years from now, what will stick out to you? What will you remember?
Oh, good question. I think I'll remember. I already have forgotten every game except this last one. I can still recall a few of those, but I'll not forget the Speedies, the Jalen's, the Mike Filers, and the guys in that room. Those guys kind of, you know, that's what makes a coach do what he does. You know, those relationships with the guys, and that's what I'll remember.
Can I then just ask very directly? Do you want to come back as head coach?
I'm going to come back as head coach here if I come back. You know, I mean, I really, like I said, I like the town. I think that there's a tremendous upside here because of the city takes a lot of pride in this team, and they've been through a lot for them to have that ability to do that. If I'm going to coach, this would be a place that I'd like to be.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right.